Okay. Mitzvah ayin. HaMitzvah hashivim hi shetzivonu להקריב קרבן כשנסחדש לנו ספק. באחד מאיסון. Okay, so the here is a very important just word. What does it mean yischadesh? It means it didn't happen before. Here, let's just see what the various translations are. Yischadesh. Yischadesh ibn Tibin kishiyikre ibn Eov im ira kapach. The question is, Yischadesh means that it's something new. The suffix didn't exist before. Okay? If you learn that it's yikre or ira as kapach or ibn Ayov, you don't know that it's this chadash. It could be there was a suffix before. And if you take the translation of Ibn Tibin, then you have like a new halacha that if the suffix was known before, there's no chiyuv kolm. There's no suffix. That's not the suffix. We're talking about a suffix which happens after he ate it, but that's not necessarily true. We'll see. Shetzivo lahakriv carbon mesuyim, carbon echod, or stam carbon, a certain carbon, kashis chadesh or yikre or ira, lonu sofek, bi echod, me'oisen achatoyim, hagadolim, shechayov nasdoro kores, va'ashiro sachatis kavua. So the mitzvah before, mitzvah samuch test, was a mitzvah of kol mechatus kavua. So now that's only when he knows that he found out that he did it. But if there's a suffix, if he did it, that's a different story and a different mitzvah. He just ivonu lahakriv korban sheyischadek she'ira lanu suffix bi'echod me'oisen achatoyim agedolim shechayov ma'asdono kores v'ashir zachatus kavua. And then there's another mitzvah. That's Ayin Aleph. That's Asham Tolui. This Carbon is called Asham Tolui. And another Carbon called Asham Wadai. Shetzivo mi shechota chatoim yeduim sheyakriv Carbon Asham. So the first question which one might ask here is, why should Asham Tolui and Asham Wadai be two separate mitzvahs? It's the same carbon, it's a carbon Asham. And the Gemara Kedushin that the Gemara Kedushin on Hamer Beis and the Ram Pirush Mishnayis increases Perek Vav, Mishnah Vav, that the Dinei Asham Wadai and Asham Tolui are the same. So, l'chleira, the equation of Oshem Wadai and Oshem Tolui is only in terms of the Maisa Krova. And the emes is, as far as the Maisa Krova, it's all one mitzvah. And that's the mitzvah of Maisa Oshem. And it's all one mitzvah. And the Maisa Oshem has within it Oshem Tolui and Oshem Wadai. And it's all one mitzvah. However, in terms of the Chovis Gavra, they're completely different. Because Oshem Wadai is bol chaper al chatoim yeduim. As the Ram says in Mitzvah Ein Aleph. Whereas Oshem Tolui is not on chatoim yeduim. It's a korban, a general korban for a person who doesn't know if he violated an Isa, which would be mechayiv a chatas kavua had he known that he did it. And he doesn't know. Oshem Tolui is not bo l'chapir, it's bo for to a safeguard, for protection, bo l'hogin. You want krisus chafim and aleph. It's kedai to check out the Rambam Pirush Mishnayos and krisus in Perek Vov Mishnah Gimel. Okay, so the two in Chovis Gavra, Oshem Wadai and Oshem Tolui are chulukim legamre. Oshem Tolui is lahogin, to protect. Oshem Wadai is lachaper. Oshem Wadai is on chatoim yeduim, separate chatoim, and Oshem Tolui is on korbanos which is on chatoim which yechayev achatos kavua. If you have yediyah and a suffix is Oshem Tolui. This whole different world. So again, the Rambam who's mechalek has two sets of chilukim and korbanos, one in terms of the Maisa Krova and the other in terms of the Chovis Gavra. So since in Maisa Krova it's the same, it's all one mitzvah. But in terms of the Chovis Gavra, there's a Oshem Wadai and Oshem Tolui, and that's two separate mitzvahs. Now, Ram continues, is Safek b'echol me'oisen achatoyim hagdolim shechiyobim al zdono kores v'al shigosen chatus kavua. What does that mean? It's foolish, as we said, that the chiv Oshem Vada, Oshem Tolui is only chatoim, which is chayiv kol chatos. So l'chveira, what it means is if you chayiv a korban oil v'yored, there's no Oshem Tolui, and there's no Oshem Tolui if you chayiv an Oshem Vadai. A suffix will be chayiv an Oshem Vadai. The chiv of Oshem Tolui is only for those things you be chayiv achatos kavua if you would know. And this the Ram points out in Perek Ches Halacha Aleph that there's no Oshem Tolui on a suffix korban oil v'yored. Continue. V'zeh hakorban yikra Oshem Tolui. V'toyach hasofek hazeh. chadesh v'yischayv alav asham tolui. How can we describe it? How can we define it? What is the situation of the suffix? So the word toyal is the Ibn Tibin, and Ibn Ayub says inyan, and kapach is ofan. This Arabic word is not for us now, and the is found in Mitzvah Samach Gimel, and what it means there, it's a and we use them. Remember that this is the way this carbon appears or is described, and we have to know because each carbon it said toya kach or toya kach, even though it's toya kach or kach, it's all one mitzvah. If you remember, there was chatas apnimis, chitzonius, or chatas oif, and chatas and chatas behema. So here, the description of the that's the tzapa. V'toya or inyan or kilu oifan a suffix. How does it express it? What type of suffix? It's not all sfekes. As a she's chadesh v'yischayv, she's chadesh or seyikre or ira. V'yischayv olav on this suffix in Asham Tolui. So this in Ibn Tibin, she's chadesh v'yischayv olav. In Ibn Ayub, sheyikre ad she's chayiv olav, again sheyikre, and kapach im yare chayav molov. And it's the same issue as before. Doesn't mean necessarily it's a suffix which was not known before, or even if it only, or even if it was known before. Now, continue. Who Yisrael Lavashim Tolui? Who Sheyiyeh Lefonov Derech Moshe? He should have in front of him, and just an example, it's not the only case. Shtei Chatichos Shumon. He has two types of fats. Achas mehen chelev kloya, chelev kilya, chelev kilya is chelev also. Rambam in Hilchos Malchos L'Suos, Perek Zayin, Halacha Hey, Shloisha Chalovim, Hein Shechayov Maleim Kores. Chelev sha'al hakerev, u'sha'al shtei hakloyos, u'sha'al aksolim. So this is chelev sha'al hakloyos, chelev kloyos, chelev kilya. Chelev kilya is chayve krisis. V'acheres, he didn't call it Kele, he calls it Shuman Alev. And Shuman Alev is Mutter. As Ram says in Chus Malchus Asus, Perek Zayin Alochates, חלב הלב וכולי, כולם מותרים, והרי הם כשומן שהוא מותר. So you have two chatichas over here, one chatich of shumon of chiyuv kores, and one chatich of shumon that's mutar. And what happened? The ochal achas mishtem. He didn't eat both of them because he eat both. If he ate both, he certainly chayiv a kol mechatas because he had the Isa. But if he ate only one, so we don't know. Maybe he ate the dove also, maybe not. The achakach ochal zulosai hoacheres. Someone else ate the other one. Oy nevdo acheres. Or the other one was lost. In this, what just the words in the translation is Ibn Tibbon translates it, Ve'achach ochal zulosai hoacheres. Someone else ate the other one. In Ibn Ayyov, achakach ochal ish acher hoacheres, which is clearer. And in Kapach, it's Ibn Ayyov, in Kapach, it's v'ochal acher es hashniya. It means that another person ate it, okay? The other one. There are two pieces. One person ate one, another person came and ate the other. Oh, nevda hoacheres. Now, the important thing over here, the Rambam is trying to say there are two cases: ochal zuloso acheres, or ish acher, or nevdo acheres, or it's lost. What it means is that it's a suffix which is eino oimel isbarer. Because if the suffix is oimel isbarer, you had two pieces of shumon. So you can look at the shumon and send it to a lab or send it to an expert. He will tell you whether it's a shumon alev or shumon kloya. The chiyuv asham tolui is only in a suffix which is not neat in the bira. Because this baga is no chiyuv. That's what it is. When this chadesh, okay, now let's continue. Here it's again. When this chadesh lo yasofik, there's and that's according to Ibn Tibbon, that he didn't have the suffix before, and now it was this chadesh. And again, in Ibn Ayyov, is Makor lo yasofik, and in Kappa V'Ula stuff. It's all the same. It's one translation, and there's the same translation all over. The question is Chadesh, Ira, or Yikre? The question is the Dafka that they didn't know about it before. Now, this case, the Rambam Hilchos Shogegos talks about this case, the case of Chiyu Korban Asham Tolui, in Perek Ches Halacha Beis. And the Rambam is more careful to exactly explain what the Chiyu is or when there's a Chiyu. Eino chayiv be'asham tolui ad sheyeh sham isur kavua, that the isur is certainly there. The question is, you don't know which one you ate. Ketzad ochel chelev v'safek im hoyech gezayis or pochus mi gezayis. Oh, shehoyisa. In other words, the Isur is certainly there. But the suffix, is it a gezayis or is it not a gezayis? And one, excuse me. Oh, shehoyis lefon chaticha chelev v'chaticha shumon v'ochal achas mehen v'ein du meizim ochal. Excuse me. Ishtoi v'achoisei imoi v'bayis bol achas mehem v'yedu eiz mehem boal Shabbos v'yom chol osa malocha ba'achas mehen v'en yedu be'eiz mehen osa. But let's say 1 second. Let's go back. In the case of gezayis and pochas gezayis, he means it's not he had a suffix. Let's go back one at a time. It's not that it's suffix if it was a gezayis or not, because that's a push to suffix. But it's suffix kavua of chaticha achas beis chatichos. He had a gezayis and a pochas gezayis, and he ate one. He wasn't sure, and I guess someone ate the other one, or he had in front of him chelev and shumon, 2 chatichas. And he doesn't know which one he ate. Or there was a choisei and Ishtoi, he wasn't sure who was boil. Ve'edua eiz men boal. Shabbos and Chol, 2 different days, and he wasn't sure. One was Shabbos, one was Chol. He did malach in one of them. He doesn't know which one. And this is chatichas be'chatichos. So the truth is that it's not. I don't know if it's fair here. What I said, that the Rambam explains it more. In one case, in a certain aspect, it's clearer because he stresses that it's a tichachas beis chatichos, and he talks about many different types of yisurim. But on the other hand, it's clear here in Sefer HaMitzvos, because the Rambam stresses in Sefer HaMitzvos that it's nechal zulasoi, that's or ish acher or nevdo, so it's a suffix shalit lebila. And the question is, what happens in Mishnah Torah? Now, next. V'noflo, no. He became aware of the suffix. V'nischadish lo ha-suffix. What do you do with it? V'noflo b'nafshoi machshova. Im chaticha she'achal hoyis ha-muteris o asura. And he himself doesn't know. That I'm not sure which one did I eat. Im hachaticha she'ochal o isur muteres o asur. O zu להקריב קרבן על זה הספק המסחדש ויכופר לא בוי. So in noflo benafsho machshovo in ibn tibun, that's ibn tibun. In ibn ayob ubo benafsho machshovo. And the kapach is a little clearer. When this oirer beliboich shash. So what you can prove from this when this spot is certainly in Ibn Tibbon, it's only because he didn't know before. The chiddush, the suffix was afterwards. He wasn't aware before he ate that there might be Isa there. This is the Rambam. Excuse me. This Taisa says, and there's a great point for it, because if he would know that the suffix Isa, he's not Shabi Diyasa, and a Tnai Chib Korban is that when I give a shrek that maybe I did an Isa, but if I would have known that maybe there was an Isa there before, and I do it, I'm not sure I would have done it anyway. So there's no kivuchol v'chatas. The svara of yischadish, because if the suffix exists before, nothing happened. Nothing was. He's not sure because he decided he did it anyway. That's where the din of shabbat yosei, and that's necessary for chiv korban. And this case it says increases Yud Zayin Omen Aleph. Now, it's an aside. The Ram doesn't mention it here, but this is an important thing. The Ram Shita is, it's well known that suffix deraisa is real cooler, and suffix deraisa is muta is only an awesome in the Rabbanon. The Rambam in Uchus Tumas Mes Tov Yedua shekol elo atumois yetzi behen shehem mishum suffix harihein shel divrein ve'ein tomei min atera elo mi shenitmo tumas vadois avo kol hasveikos bein betumois bein machos asuris bein ba'arayis b'shabosais ein chosh lehen el b'divei it's only the Rabbanon. Kimo shebi'amno b'ilchos yisui bia ubekam b'koimais. And that the Rambam in Hilchos Yisui Bia in Perek Yud Ches Halacha Yud Zayin Hoil v'Isa kol hasvekes So it's again and again, it's the Rabbanon. So here, one could ask, since Safek Deraisa is the cooler, how can you have a Chiv Korban, how can you have a Chiv Vavashim Tolui? Because the Maisa is the Torah, if you even would have known about it, the Achro would be, you can eat it. Because Safek Deraisa is the cooler. However, there's an addendum to this Rambam. The Kesef Mishnah has it. It's in the Kisveyad. Look at Ferkel's Ram, Yakut Shirinus Chos. The Rambam is Moisif, Af al pi kain, Dova shechayov mazdono kores, Svekei oso min atera, Shahare oise chayiv oshem toli, Kamo shibianu b'ilchot shkogos. You could not have been, if you, the definition, Osh since is a chiv korban oshem tolui. So if you had known the suffix before, you would be awesome to do it. And then you can imagine a chiv korban. If you're allowed to do it, what's the chiv korban for? Of suffix. Even though the Rambam there in Hilchos Tumas Mes doesn't say explicitly that it's Chaticha Achzi Beis Chatichos. L'chreira, since the Rambam says Chayiv Oshem Tolui, and in the din of Oshem Tolui, he said in Hilchos he said it's Chaticha Achzi Beis Chatichos. That's when we say something. We say you don't say something to Raisa L'kul. Okay. Next. Who yak again? V'nofel menafshay machshavo, achaticha she'ochal hoyisa hamuteres o asura, oz hu yakiv korban al sofek hamischadish yikra, v'chupa loy boy. V'chupa loy boy. That's Ibn Tibin and Ibn Ayev. And kapach kidei lehiskaper boy. Okay. Uvuhu anikra oshem toli. V'chupa boy loy vu anikra oshem toli. Now, this becomes very interesting because we just said that Oshem Toli is not mechaper. We said that it's mogen, that it protects you. And here the Ram says that it's yichupe boy. The Gemara increases, a Chafem and Aleph says Oshem Toli, Hainu Taimo de Maise, Mikaime de Misyadele, Lahogin Olav, that Torah chosal gufan shel Yisrael. So the Gemara says that it's only lahogin. Here the Ram says l'chaper. The spell lahogin means hogin yisuin. Kapon means kapon yetz mechet. So it means the two things going on here. If the person never finds out, or until he finds out that he ate the davar also, he didn't find out, so then it's mechaper. If he finds out that it's Megan from the time that he found out until he's making the kol mechatos. So it's both. It's mechaper if he doesn't find out, and it's Megan if he does find out. Continue. V'im is ames loy. It's ames. Oh, that's a Matibin in Ayov. It's the same basically. So yes, ames in Kapach is nisbarer, and that's much clearer. Nisbarer loy. Is barlo ashgoga. If it's barlo achakach, ki achaticha sheocha he chaylev akloyos, and it's chayvi krisus. Hine his amso ashgoga. The shgoga of is clear. Und es bare v'yakriv chatas kavua. See, if it's nisbare eloi, it's chatas kavua. If it's not nisbare, it's sufficient with the ashem tolui. V'akosuv shebo b'zeh hakorban u'amoi b'pashas vayikra v'im nefesh ki sechto v'yoser achas mikol mitzvos Hashem asher lo yisir seder v'lo yoda v'ashem v'nos avoinoi v'hevi el tomim min atzoin v'yalkocho lo oshom el hakoyin v'chipe olav hakoyin al shigoso asher shogog v'hu lo yoda. What do you mean lo yoda? They didn't know al hayoisoi lo yoda im shogag or lo shogag. He doesn't know if he was a shogag or not. He doesn't know if he ate it. Okay. So it doesn't mean shogag or lo shogag. He doesn't know if he was a shogag on the chaticha because he was a vade shogag on the chaticha. The suffolk over here, it's written in suffolk over here is not whether he was a shogag or not. The suffolk whether he actually ate the chaticha or not. The chaticha asura. Okay, lehoida. This v'al zehu in yikru chachomim lehoida. the Mishnah increases Perek Aleph, Mishnah Beis, and Perek Dalet, Mishnah Beis. Ukva hizboye mishpatei mitzvah zo mimeseches krisus. Okay. This is the mitzvah of Asham Tol. Okay. Now, next. Now, mitzvah ho'achas v'shivim, he shetzivo mi shechoto chatoim yiduim shi'akiv korban. Korban osham v'yechupa loy. This is Osham Wadai. Vuaniko Osham Wadai. Now, here it says Shetzivo. A little strange because all the other ones Sivonu. And Shetzivo in the in Ibn Tibin it's Tzivo. In Ibn Ayov Asher Tzuvo. In Kapach Shenitztave instead of just Stavinu, because the original Arabic over here is Amal, which is a command. It's a tzivui, but it's nothing to do that tzivonu Amal na that we in Ksav Yad Bloch. That's Ksaver Aksud. In the original Arabic, it says Amal No, which is the Targum Shenet Savinu. But Derech Klal, the Rambam has in all the mitzvahs Aseh that Amal No, Shenet Savinu. It means that tzivui is oleinu on us. And that's like Savyad Bloch. But according to the Tirgumim, Ibn Tibin, Ibn Aya, Ibn Kapach, it doesn't say explicitly that the tzivui is oleinu. And this is very difficult because, there's nothing different. The mitzvah is oleinu. So this tzivui and why the Rambam should have changed is very, very odd. If you accept the Ksav Yad Bloch, there's no problem and everything is solved. Now, he shetzivo shetstavinu mi shechoto chatoim yiduim In Ibn, that's Ibn Tibin. Ibn Ayov, Ovon Yedua, in Kapach, Avelis Mesuyomos. Okay, similar to Mitzasei Ayin Beis. Hatoyin, there they type Muchadim, but it's the same McCoy in the Arabic. Because there's a separate list of korbanos, the Chayev and Asham Wadai. There's another list of korbanos, the Chayev and Asham, Chayev korbanos of the, and that's these two mitzvahs coming up. Korban Asham v'Chupa. This v'Chupa we learn from the pasuk. V'chiper Yechaper olav be'el ha'asham v'nislach loy. Because the asham wadai is bo l'chapa achet. The asham tolui is mechaper if you're not aware of the chet, and it's really making on the case where you actually find out, and that's what you need agona for. Vuaniko osham vadai shaeno bo mishum נסתפק. It's not like the one before. The Rambam in Hilchos Shogeg Perik Tes Aleph similar. Now, let's go on. Bachatoyim sheischayev aleim ze karbon heim HaMitzvos. That's Ashamilos, Bgazela, ובו חרופה, ונשבע לשוקר על שבועס הפקדון. In here, there's something very difficult. Let's just get the idea out what the difficulty is. Basically, Asham Gazelos and Asham of Shvur Sheka are the same Asham. It's your geisel through the Shvur. And he puts in the middle Ship-Charufa. They're odd. It's the mashmo. So the Rambam here is that Gezel and Shavuos and Bekadon are two separate mechayvim shaynim. And he says later, also, Misha Gozal Chaveroi Shavaputa or Yosef ונשבע וכולי, or Misha Kofar Bekadon ונשבע B'Meshayim B'Memezid. And the Mitzvah Kotzer, he also differentiates the two. But this is very difficult. But the pasuk is mashman is one mechayiv. Because the shvur to be mashkish that he has an obligation to pay money to his fellow man, fellow Jew. V'nefesh kisechto u'mayla ma'o bashem v'chichesh ba'amisoi b'fikodno b'sumas yodo b'gezel. Any of these, oshak es hamisoi oy motzaveda v'chichesh bo. It's any chiyuv mamon v'nishba al sheker. על אחס מכל אשר יעשה בו האדם לחטוא בו הינו, ואוי כי יכתב ואשם ואשם וגזלה שגוזל או עשר, או איש כאשר לו, או עשר פקדון שהופקד איתוי, או עשר ודאי אשר מוצא. So it's precious in Psukim, it's one mechayiv. And also Mishnah Torah. They're not two separate things. Because he said you can call them this carbon or this chiyuv Ashem Gezelos or Ashem Shvus Mikodlis. It can be either one of the two. The Ram in Hushkoga is Periktes Alochazayim. Al Gesel Ketzad Kol Mi Sheish Biyodoi Mishol Puto Lamailo Mimom Yisrael Ben Shegozloi Ben Shegonvoi Ben Shefkidoi Etzloi Oy Hilveu Oy Mishum Shutves O Mishar Drochim V'chip B'kofar Boy ונשבע לשקר בין בזולם בין משקוגו, הרי זה מביא אשם על חטא, וזה הנקרא אשם גזלס, and it goes on אשם גזלס, even about the פקדון, and then הלכות שבועס, in פרק ז' הלך א', התווי חברוי במומוין, שאם הוידה בוי יהיה חי לשאלה וכופה ונשבע, אוי, שהשביעו הטבע בכופר, הרי זה הנקרא, הוא חייב בשבועס הפקדון. So this is either called שבועס הפקדון, שבועס אשם גזלס. So it doesn't make a difference, it's all the same. Here, in Sefer HaMitzvos, mashma it's two things, he does it twice. Then, בין בשוגג וזה שכל מי שמועל בשוגגו, שיהנה בשווה פוטה מן ההקדש, בין הקדש בדק הבייס, או הקדש מזבח, there's a no of Shavuputa, and it's all mitzvah. Oh, Misha Goza Chaveroi, Shavuputa, or Yosef and ונשבע, oh, Misha Ba'ashim Charufa, Bein B'shoyi Bein Memezid, oh, Misha Kofa B'kodoi, ונשבע, Bein B'shoyi, again, the same two separate things. Hinei Uchayva, עליו שיקריב קרבן על חטאתו, ואינו קרבן חטאת, ואומנם אלו, it's אלו, הוא אשם, הוא אשם, it's not a חטא, it's an אשם, וזה הקרבן נקרא אשם ודאי, והוא אומר במעילה, בחטא, בשוגג, מקודשי השם, והביא את אשמו, להשם אל תומים, ואומר, וחירש מריסי, כל כל הפסוקים, ונשבע על שקר, ואז אשמו יובי להשם אל תומים, ואומר, ואיש כי ישבע, איש כי ישכב, אס אישו שכפר זרע, והיא שפחה לאיש, that's also חיוב אשם, it's a דור של השם, וכבר יסבוי משבלי מצווזו, במסכת כריסוס. Hashem will pick up the next mitzvah in base. Hashem after Pesach, believe neder. Sheva Chakosh Zemeich. I want to thank everyone for being mispal. My granddaughter, Baruch Hashem, she's doing fine.
Baruch Hashem.
Chakosh Zemeich.